Hey, what's up, y'all? Man, back with another one like always, man. Early morning moves. I'm sad because my moves are slow because of my knee. I really want to be working out, doing my little exercise regimen that I had going on. I can't do that right now. I'm going to try to figure this all out. I might got to suck it up and finally go ahead and go to the doctor and probably get an x-ray and then get charged like $3,000 or $4,000 and be told to take some Tylenol. You know how that goes. Everybody know what I'm talking about, man. You get some pills and they charge you out the wazoo. But it is what it is, man. I got to get this figured out because, I'm tired of it now. And hopefully it's nothing that's going to prevent me from getting my grind on. But, even though I slowed down, well, before I get into that, like always, hey, thank you guys for giving me the listens, the likes, everything you do. Just want to say I truly appreciate that. Like I always do, I start off with that because a lot of you guys need to know that you guys are appreciated every day. So that's the reason why I do this every morning. So you guys are truly, truly appreciated to me and hopefully everybody else that's in your life. And, be great. But since I can't get on my grind like I want to, I was just basically introduced to doing a little research on Haiti, pretty much. Now, the reason why that happened because everybody knows that Haiti's interim president got assassinated, pretty much. I think his wife got shot up too, but she did. I don't think she died. I didn't go back and check that anymore. I don't think any other people got killed in the place. I know the security forces and everything, a couple of them got shot up, and some other people got pretty much taken out too. It was a whole assassination type of thing going on, right? And at first, my first reaction was like, man, I can't believe that happened to a president of a country. It must be wild, It was going crazy over there or something, man. I just couldn't imagine something like that happening in America. Well, it has happened in America before. You guys know the assassination on the presidents and different things like that have happened here before, but that was a long, long time ago. I mean, I wasn't born. Probably a lot of my listeners wasn't born, when that type of stuff was happening. And it always seems like now America has way, way, way more advanced security around their candidates and presidents and stuff like that. So I don't knock on every ounce of wood that's around me. I don't think anything like that can happen here again. But never know, man. So at first I was feeling kind of bad, like, man, I can't believe that happened, man. But then I met a person that's affiliated with Haiti. And they said, no. And they would give me the whole breakdown. But I was getting lost in the translation because anybody know any Haitian people, when they start getting excited, it's like their language, even if they've been like Americanized, but they have their language or whatever. When they get to talking fast, man, or they get excited about what they're saying, it's no understanding unless you speak what they speak. There's no understanding what they're saying, man. if you're not in that lingo. Man, so I was picking up stuff that they were saying, but I was lost. So I was like, man, you know what? On my own, I want to find some information on Haiti a little bit more. Now I know the scope that Haiti is almost treated like a third world country, pretty much. U.S. and other places that's pretty much done this country wrong. They don't really supply them with stuff that they need. I think even when they had an earthquake, nobody really didn't really do anything, and if they did, it was like the bare minimum. So I do understand all that part. I mean, we know that, right? But what I didn't know in this current situation with this president and everything is that he wasn't perceived as a good guy at all. It was a lot of government corruption going on. Apparently, he was only in there because the other president before him, I believe, got kicked out. Like the place, it was going so wild over the time. I think they kicked him out or something like that. And this guy was, he was in there like temporarily, and I believe he cheated for what the people are saying is that he cheated to get this temporary thing. And then they're saying that, okay, all right, it's time for you to get out. And he's like, no, my time ain't up. And he's acting like he's not leaving position. So it's like one of those type of situations where he got a lot of corruption going on around him. The police is corrupt. They down with the government. The money and resources getting stolen. I mean, it was to the point, from what I was, looking at and reading on these documentaries and stuff, it was to the point that they got like the presidential stuff, they surrounded by gang stuff, and they got people, shooting and doing stuff to the community and blocking off community so they don't get resources. And man, it was all types of stuff going on. So then my opinion kind of changed. I was like, wait, at first I was like, man, that should, I don't really condone anybody losing their life. I mean, that's just bad, right? But because I'm not in that situation, I don't know how it feels to be in a place where your people are being treated like trash, like pretty much by their own people. You know what I'm saying? So since I don't know that feel, I don't know how another person would feel if they was listening to this. They might feel like, hey, it's okay for him to be gone. You know what I'm saying? For what was going on under his situation. So it got me to thinking, man, like when I was watching the rest of the documentary, like they live in these little, like, I don't want to call them shacks. They're kind of shackies and hut type, not huts, because huts would be made like out of wood and stuff, but they're like metal and brick and stuff like that. But they look like, anybody that been watching Fast and the Furious and all that, remember, what was the Fast and Furious when they went to Brazil? Remember how they showed them clips of Brazil when from the back, when it looks like they up on a hill, and they got them little houses. You remember the houses they was running through? When they was chasing them, they was running through the houses and busting through the doors. Pretty much, if you see that part, that's how the houses look in Haiti. Almost the same thing. But it's like a lot of it, right? And it's like a lot of them are trashed and everything. So I was looking at that, and I'm like, I'm saying they got gangs that are going around trying to do stuff to their own people, like almost like a bully type thing. Like, yeah, we all poor, but we're gonna live better off your poorness. And then you got people that's trying to protect their neighborhood. So you got the ones that's trying to protect their community shooting, the ones that's trying to be in the gang shooting, and it's the people who are just getting taken out. And then you have a guy that's deciding to be some type of gang lord or something, and he brings 3 gangs together to go around doing crazy stuff. And to the point that I understand that police and government officials are afraid of this dude. And so he's in cahoots with them, so they give him guns and resources and all types of stuff. I don't know how active he still is. I don't know how old this documentary is, but it was some guy, they call him Barbecue. And one of his things was he go around to the poor communities, and if they're not giving him what he wants, or they don't fear him or something like that, he sets people's houses on fire. And he burns people out. He can burn people in the house and he set them on fire. And I was like, wow, I can't believe that somebody went and interviewed this guy, and he's trying to make it seem like he's innocent. He ain't got nothing to do with that. They just blaming stuff on him. It was just wild, man. But you could see on his face that he wasn't no good dude. The way he's trying to make it seem like he is. He was trying to make it seem like he brought the gangs together to go against the government and protect the neighborhoods and all that stuff. But it didn't come across like that. But all that got me to thinking, man, since I'm Black American, and I haven't really been to any, these other places you go to be on vacation and come back out. But, it gets me to thinking, especially, knowing that, I was born and, lived in the hoods and the, DC areas and all the stuff that goes around in the States and stuff like that. Could America ever be on the status of, like, third world type thing? You know what I'm saying? Like the people, like, because it's not too far off if you think about it. Like, you got these Chicago, DC, Detroit, Miami, you got all these places that's just off the chain, with the murders and the shootings and everything. And then when you take that apart away, you dig a little deeper into the incomes. They barely surviving with the incomes. Some of these places, the houses are just terrible. And it's almost like you can't say people are living kind of third worldish in America, but it just looks better. And I never really thought about that until like now. And then I know I got some partners here at my job that they're from Jamaica. And they tell me all the time that like right now Jamaica is off the chain. Like the gang violence is crazy. It's like so many people dying every day. They shooting back and forth with each other. And they tell me the same thing. The police do all their resources to keep the vacation sites clean and pretty. But everywhere else is just off the chain. Like at any given moment it could just be on. And I was just like, wow, you see how dangerous that is, that they keep one little particular area pretty so you can go drink your little your little coladas or whatever and sit back and look, think you're doing something. But if you go too far down the street, you are in danger. I experienced that one time on a trip that I took to Cozumel. And riding the scooters and stuff, me and my man decided to go far out on the scooters. And it got to the point that like it didn't look pretty no more. It started looking like the houses were deteriorating. You can see through people's houses and they was living in there. People riding these little small scooters with their whole family on the scooter. Like a man, a woman, she holding a kid, another kid on her back, like riding these little tiny scooters. Like that's their transportation. And then you start seeing all this gang stuff getting sprayed on the walls and stuff, on the buildings and stuff. And I was like, oh, I think it's time to turn around, bro. And somebody asked me that I need some yayo and all that. And I was like, nah, it's time to get up out of here. I know what he's talking about. Nope. It's time to go. So we immediately busted you and got up out of there. But that's an example. Like you go to some of these places and you go too far and you could be in the wrong spot. Because they just protect the money that's coming in pretty much from the tourists. And it was crazy, man. I was just sitting there looking at the Haiti stuff, and I'm just like, yo, I just can't believe, like, now you got the government against all y'all, and now your own people are going back and forth against y'all. I'm just like, man, how can that change without it truly being a whole wipeout of a bunch of people? Because even if a new president's come in, now, well, let me get back to that. Since this guy died, you got two people now going to war with each other because they trying to figure out who is supposed to take leadership over the country right now. Because, okay, you know how like in America, there's the president and then there's the vice president supposed to kick in, take over, and then something happened to both of them, one of the speakers or one of them take over, right? Well, the president got killed, murdered. Let's say the vice president guy, he died of COVID. So they don't have a vice president. Then the speaker of the house, that like in the U.S. would take over, it's two of them or him and somebody else. They going back and forth because they don't know which one of them are supposed to be in power. So they ready to go to battle with each other. And then the people are yelling, hooping, and hollering, and protesting and everything who they want to be in there. So it's like, man, it's just a lot going on. So I was just looking at all that, like wow, man. Like I just couldn't imagine everything that I was saying on this documentary and then reading on these papers that could happen in America, man. Like I just couldn't see that type of stuff. I mean, but then I might just be blind to it because we just had a whole president, Trump, right? That was screaming different things out, giving cat calls to the racists, all that. And he was in there, and I'm just thinking, like, what would have happened if he would have got another term? If he'd have did 8 years, like, what would have happened? Like, he got a lot of corruption around him. So if he would have took some of that corruption and did, pull some of these Haiti moves, what would it look like here? So it just makes me think, like, all right, Biden is in there as president now, but he has to focus more on the economy and getting rid of this COVID. that he's gonna miss his first presidency. He's gonna wind up missing out on a lot of stuff that could benefit a lot of American people, pretty much. Then it's gonna be, he did a good job with taking care of the COVID situation and maybe balancing the budget or something like that. Then it's gonna be, do you give him another shot to finish off what he started, or do another guy come in and take the country whatever way he want to take it? I don't know, right? Because it's not that far off that we are, far away from a recession or any of that stuff. So if somebody comes in and makes the wrong moves, we back on that status. Because, come on, y'all. Somebody got to pay for these stimulus checks. The economy slowed down with the COVID. Like, we're teetering on recession time if ain't nobody really, ain't going to say it. I mean, it's there. And then what was even crazier on the documentary, it's a Vice documentary. So I think if you go into YouTube and do like Vice and put like Haiti or something like that, it'll come up. There's a couple of them actually. And it was talking about the deportation since Biden has been in office has gone up like a lot. So the example that the guy gave, I think he's like something with the portion part over that side, not like U.S. We got DHS and all them. He's on that side, on the other side of the country. He was saying like you could tell that the numbers are going up because before you might see 2 planes or something like that going into Haiti from America or whatever, sending people back or whatnot. Now it's like 15. So you can see the increase, but I don't know if that was, because I kind of skipped out on that part. I don't know if that was a month or a year. Now, if that's a year, a month, that is wild. That's a lot of people getting sent back. So, hey, you guys, I'm going to leave it on that, let you guys have a lot to think about on that, man. But I guess my question is, like, when you look at these documentaries or you think about third world countries, right, how far off is America to you? That's always going to be a perspective, pretty much, of where you are right now. Like, but don't think about where you are right now. Just think about where you could be or where you came from, or even if you're just so detached from it, maybe think about what you see on the news every day, the shootings, the killings, everybody complaining about the economy. Just think about how far are we from going into a status like that? Could that happen in America? So I'm going to leave it there. You guys do what you do for the day. Hope you get a great blessing or something going on for you. And, I think for the rest of the week, it's going to be my tales from the ride type thing. Because tomorrow I'm going to have some deliveries and everything. I already know. So, it's going to be my tales from the ride. So, all right, y'all. I will talk to y'all later. Hit me up on IG, 1000 questions with the Z. I'll give you my email a couple more times, but that's about to end because the site is ready and we're going to go straight to there. But ABMORE, numbers 23 at gmail.com. Hit me up. Let me know what you think. I may have to post something on IG, so maybe y'all can respond to that, or if you want, if you don't, I understand. As long as you give me my listens and stuff like that and pass the word, man, I'm blessed. So, all right, y'all.